عن ذلك. في واحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
The Israeli invasion of southern Lebanon appeared to be underway. Sources throughout southern Lebanon report heavy incoming artillery, but that was followed up by more reports of raids by troops in several southern villages. The picture remains unclear, but it would seem that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu feels confident enough to press ahead with one of the riskiest phases of his war on terror. In recent days, he has decimated Hezbollah's ranks with a pager and walkie-talkie blitz and virtually wiped out his Lebanese enemy's command structure. But signs were that his soldiers were now entering Hezbollah's booby-trapped badlands and difficult days may well lie ahead. The aim is to secure a corridor of land between the Lebanese border and the Litani River to take out rocket launch sites which have threatened huge swathes of northern Israel. But it remains to be seen whether Israeli forces can achieve this without sustaining huge losses and inflicting terrible casualties among Lebanon's civilian population.
Israel may be now launching a limited operation into Lebanon. Are you aware of that? Are you comfortable with their plan?
I'm more aware than you might know, and I'm comfortable with them stopping. We should have a ceasefire now. Thank you.
Do you expect Iran to retaliate? On the hurricane, Mr. President, why weren't you and Vice President Harris?
I've just got off the phone with Secretary of State Tony Blinken a few moments ago, and of course, we've both seen the reports in the media about a next phase for Israel in Lebanon. We both agreed the position that we had at the UN last week, that the best way forward is an immediate ceasefire and to get back to a political solution, the Amos Hochstein plan that allows Israelis to move back to their homes in northern Israel and Lebanese to move back to their homes in southern Israel, and we both are urging de-escalation at this time. I don't mourn the death of the head of a proscribed terrorist organization, but I do mourn the civilians who have lost their lives in the bloodshed over the last few days. And that is why we came together as a G7 of nations and as a Security Council to urge and call for an immediate ceasefire and 21 days in which we can get to a political solution so that Israelis can move back to their homes in northern Israel, so that Lebanese can move back to their homes in southern Lebanon, so that we could see the implementation of Resolution 1701, and so that both these countries can live side by side in peace. As you know, I have been urging since coming to office in July for British nationals to leave Lebanon. And indeed, the previous government from October 2023 was urging UK nationals not to travel to Lebanon. But notwithstanding that, of course, we've sent a rapid response team. 700 troops are in Cyprus. We will do all we can to assist people to get out, and we have secured places on commercial flights that are flying tomorrow so that UK nationals can get out. I urge them to leave because the situation on the ground is fast moving, and of course, whilst we will do everything we can to protect British nationals, and those plans are in place to do so, we cannot anticipate the circumstances and the speed with which we can do that if things escalate in a major way over the coming hours and days.
I speak a lot about the leaders of Iran, yet at this pivotal moment, I want to address you, the people of Iran. I want to do so directly, without filters, without middlemen. Every day, you see a regime that subjugates you make fiery speeches about defending Lebanon, defending Gaza. Yet every day, that regime plunges our region deeper into darkness and deeper into war. Every day, their puppets are eliminated. Ask Mohammed Def. Ask Nasrallah. There is nowhere in the Middle East Israel cannot reach. There is nowhere we will not go to protect our people and protect our country. With every passing moment, the regime is bringing you, the noble Persian people, closer to the abyss. The vast majority of Iranians know their regime doesn't care a whit about them. If it did care, if it cared about you, it would stop wasting billions of dollars on futile wars across the Middle East. It would start improving your lives. Imagine if all the vast money the regime wasted on nuclear weapons and foreign wars were invested in your children's education, in improving your health care, in building your nation's infrastructure, water, sewage, all the other things that you need. Imagine that. But you know one simple thing. Iran's tyrants don't care about your future, but you do. When Iran is finally free, and that moment will come a lot sooner than people think, everything will be different. Our two ancient peoples, the Jewish people and the Persian people, will finally be at peace. Our two countries, Israel and Iran, will be at peace. When that day comes, the terror network that the regime built in 5 continents will be bankrupt, dismantled. Iran will thrive as never before. Global investment, massive tourism, brilliant technological innovation based on the tremendous talents that exist inside Iran. Doesn't that sound better than endless poverty, repression, and war? From Qom to Isfahan, from Shiraz to Tabriz, there are tens of millions of good and decent people with thousands of years of history behind them and a brilliant future ahead of them. Don't let a small group of fanatic theocrats crush your hopes and your dreams. You deserve better. Your children deserve better. The entire world deserves better. I know you don't support the rapists and murderers of Hamas and Hezbollah, but your leaders do. You deserve more. The people of Iran should know Israel stands with you. May we together know a future of prosperity and peace.